what I'm looking at in this book are wars involving non-state armed groups. And, of course, as Nicholas has said, there's a large number of these sorts of conflicts happening all around the world. And when governments face insurgencies, what they tend to do as a default first response, quite understandably, is to employ security measures to try to contain the situation. Sometimes governments can achieve quite a quick military victory. Quite often they can't, and this is when politics starts to become much more important. And the politics could entail an attempt to negotiate with the armed group or groups directly. It could also entail trying to carry on with politics in a way to marginalise those armed groups. But nonetheless, in every case, politics and warfare cohabit and coexist. When we speak of military solutions or political solutions, when we speak of military strategies or political strategies, we're speaking erroneously. And what we should be speaking about is managing the mix between security measures and non-coercive measures. Now, the book moves through 10 very different examples of these kinds of conflicts. And the variety between the examples is intentional. I don't want to be in the business of cherry-picking a handful of examples to try to prove how you very easily move from fighting armed groups, negotiating with them, to coming up with some kind of deal. Nor do I want to focus specifically on those sort of simple scenarios where you have a government and a largely well-organized armed group. So there are examples that include coalitions of states and varying degrees of proxy interference by outside actors as well. But broadly speaking, what I found looking across the 10 case studies around the world is the governments are either sequential, fighting for a while and then trying to talk, shifting emphasis very decisively between these two approaches. They can try to do it concurrently. They can fight and talk, sometimes engaging in both endeavours with equal vigour. And there is logic to doing so as well, which I'll talk about momentarily. And there's also the selective approach. This is very common when governments are facing multiple armed groups and factions, where you simply can't try to fight every single group at the same time. And of course, you try to be cunning, you try to pick some you might want to ally with in the short term to try to fight those others.